So Justin, what's all this?
What I won from a seminar.
You won from a seminar? What kind of seminar?
Last time's Revelation seminar.
A Revelation seminar?
Yeah.
So how many times did you win?
I went there 3 nights and I won 3 times.
So what did you win each time?
So this is what I won the first time. I won a draw, and this is what I won the second time.
So like a whole food basket.
For winning, for getting all the questions right, and this is what I won the third time for another draw.
Oh wow. So what's the honey?
My friend's parents gave me honey.
Oh, that's so nice. So you're quite the winner, man.
I guess so.
So 2 times a draw?
Yeah.
Like a door prize draw?
Like,
you write down your name?
Yeah, you put your name in the bucket and they take it out.
And then, so that one with the mac and cheese, that's
From winning and getting all the questions right.
so like a quiz.
Yeah.
So they preach first and then you do the quiz?
No, they just started it off from I think they studied it the night before.
Did you go the night before?
No.
So how you win your quiz?
Because I know the stuff.
You know the stuff, so sending you to Christian school paying off?
Wasn't from Christian school.
What was it from?
Studying Revelation.
Well, we don't study Revelation at home per se.
I study Revelation at home per se.
By yourself?
Sometimes.
You find it fun?
Yeah, when I was younger.
So you remember all the things from when, like what age?
I don't know, maybe 7 or 8.
I am very impressed. But I think this is so interesting because I was joking with you guys in the car this morning and tell you that we have some goals, so we're not going to go to the grocery store for 3 months.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're like, so how are we going to eat? Well, look at that. Just look at the look at what the Revelation, just in studying of Revelation, brought. It brought some groceries. Even though I was joking, I think that's very interesting. And Justin, we have bread in the fridge too, you know. From church, there was like a bunch of bread and they told us to take some. So I think even though it might look simple, this is part of it too, because I was saying we need to save some money for something that we have planned. So thank you for studying Revelation, Justin, and for showing us that you're not too young to spend time in the Word, and it pays off literally. And you can understand Revelation even though you're a child. Yeah? You have anything else to say?
No.
No. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back at it again. It's my favorite time of year. I get to wear the academic regalia and everybody think I'm graduating. I've done that 3 times.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm done graduating for now. I think there's one more little bit of education that I'm going to do, Andrew. No. Education is key. As long as you're doing something with your education. At NCU, you know, Northern Caribbean University, the motto is NCU, where learning never ends. I believe in lifelong learning.
Doesn't mean that you have to go back to school.
Yeah, but it also not say you have to go back to school. It says where learning never ends. So learning can be formal and learning can be informal. I learn informally every day. But for this little bit of thing that I'm considering, I think I need some formal education. Even though at my big old age, Andrew, I don't know what I want to become in life, you know?
Well, that means you're going to continue going to school till you reach 80.
No, but I think I'm getting close. So that's why I'm saying we have one more bit of formal education that I have to do. So I have my bachelor's in again?
Higher learning.
My bachelor's in medical laboratory technology. because my parents thought that I should go and be a medical doctor, so they enrolled me in what was a pre-med curriculum at the time. So I never did want to become a medical doctor. And then I worked for a very short while as a med tech, as we call it in Jamaica. And then I have a master's in public health, and that transitioned me into the tertiary education system. And because I wanted to grow in the tertiary education system as an academic leader, then I did a PhD in epidemiology. And now, I also have a certificate in business strategy from Harvard Business School Online. And I use all of that education in one way or the other in my current role. So even though I don't know what I want to become at my big old age, none of it is wasted. So young people, don't worry about it. Just don't sit down. And education, as Andrew said, doesn't have to be formal education. As long as you're learning, learning never ends, and no learning is wasted. So I want to do one other thing before I say I'm done with my formal education. It doesn't have to be a degree, it doesn't have to be a master's, it doesn't have to be a PhD, but I think I want to do something in counseling.
Well, if you want to do that, then do it. No problem. Just think one of those love gas too much.
So babes, have you seen any benefits of my having gone to school?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't say we just want to go, we just love going to school too much. You go have formal schooling so you can get knowledge.
Just think
I just
believe that there are other things you can do with money right now than go to school. You have the education already, and we have other goals. So going to school now is just putting off other goals. That's just my belief.
I don't see it that way. I see you giving up immediate gratification for long-term gain. If I go to school, it's not knowledge that's going to be wasted. It's stuff that I'm going to use. No education is ever wasted. If I don't do it now, I'm going to have to do it when it's more costly. And I think I should do it.
Okay. So if you strongly feel that you should do it, well then just do it.
Yeah, but we don't have to do it now. We never say no. We never say this moment or tomorrow or next week or next year. We just kind of feel like we know, say, we have to get some education in a counseling, psychology, whatever, in that area of mental health guidance. Yep. Because I have lots of physical health background. So I think I need to top that up. Physical health and business strategy and education. And I start like a certificate.
So you want to work on your whole body?
The whole being. Don't worry, babes. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
It will never be lost. It will never be lost.
The only challenge I have is like every time I do one degree, it's like I may do it.
Oh. Yeah, help me with my schoolwork?
Taxing on my brain too.
Oh. You do my schoolwork? Tell me how you taxing. I don't know.
When you do this, the amount of support I have to go give it, sometimes it's so draining.
Well, yeah, so it's the Prairie Road. You should see some farms, I guess.
Yeah.
Some acreages. So you're not bad for live out of the city and driving. The traffic not as bad as living in the city and driving in.
It's fine in the summertime.
Yeah, that's true. In the summertime. Let's see. Wide expanse of land. Pretty though. Tree line almost every yard. They say in our prayers, if our dog run off, you see him for miles, for days. You're able to see the dog for days. So you're not through the runway. Why that funny? The prairies are flatlands. I prefer to drive in the prairies than in the mountainous, precipitous region of British Columbia. What do you call that? The mountainous regions. So I feel safer driving on the prairie roads. It's just flat. And the corner them, when you see corner them, I don't know what corner really. They don't pose the kind of danger as the beast.
But the Rockies is just there.
As the mountain.
It's just like Jamaica.
Yeah, but you cannot drive a Jamaica.
Driving to Portland.
Build up, man.
It's up.
Build up, man. Settlement is not Canadian Tire, Staples. Just driving on the video, so that's Sport Check, Tim Martins. Jamaica, Andrew. The only where me dey driving in known distance are from Mandeville to Portmore. So very similar to prairie driving. Once you get down, what a hill down here? Melrose Hill. Yeah, and because that was just flat and straight to me. So this is like, so saying it's like driving in Jamaica. For me, that experience is not equivalent because I was not doing it. I was not driving from Mandeville to Montego Bay or anywhere where you have any precipitous road conditions, no sir?
You never drive up, but you drive to Senti. You drive to Monaco.
Yeah, so the only thing me do I get off of Spur Tree, off of it. But I'm over all those fears, you know. Soon I'll be driving everywhere.
When you go back to Jamaica, you can drive anywhere.
I think,
They have toll.
oh yeah, they have lots of new roads, so I feel safe to just drive on them. I prefer dual carriageways too.
Yeah. Kind of safe.
Yeah, I feel safer. But this year, 2025, is to be alive and thrive. So I'm not putting myself in any more boxes. I'm doing what it takes to just live freely of fear. Yeah?
Yeah, shit of there, man.
So, thank you. So we're at it again. I really love graduation, you know. I love the whole pomp and circumstance. I love the formality. I love the gowns, the hats or caps, the beefeathers. I love the whole thing. So I did a secret. People think that is bright and ambitious why I went and did a PhD, but I actually did the PhD to get the gown and the hat, the beefeather, to get the whole outfit for myself. So I've been in education for a while, in post-secondary education, and I kid you not, every graduation, even when I was a faculty, folks used to tell me congratulations after the graduation, and I thought, oh, I just look young, or it's because I'm in this gown, this gown and this hat, it's not differentiated from the graduate's gown. So I went and I got the PhD so that I could get the big gown that have the 3 things on the sleeve, and I would get a different hat, the beefeather, right? So I went to grad and I was feeling so nostalgic. People will be happy to hear this. I missed the graduation exercises at NCU in Jamaica. I really missed it. I don't know, it just feels different. The atmosphere just feels different. But I was there, I was enjoying it. And lo and behold, after the graduation ended, and I'm the first one to lead the platform party off the stage, as I turn around, somebody asked me, "Did you just graduate with the XYZ certificate?" 1,000 things ran through my mind, but I just said no. In my mind, I'm like, so you never see me up there in my gown and my hat, shaking all the graduates' hands. You never see me sitting up on the platform. You not just see me come down off the platform with everybody else. How you must go ask me if I'm a graduate? Anyway, I felt different about it. The whole get-up is so vastly different. I was the only one in the whole place who had on that kind of academic regalia. I just found it strange. And, you know, I said to myself, you know, I'm not going to be upset about this. The lesson is, don't let your experiences define who you are or define your take on your day. You know who you are, right? I'm talking to all my friends now, Jam Fam. You know who you are. And if you know who you are, nobody can shake you. No comment, no question that come off in an interesting way. Nobody's desires can shake you and can stop you from being who you are. So, I am Dr. Tamara Chambers Richards, an academic leader, and that's what I do. That's not all that defines me. That's just what my title is, and I don't usually go by that title because I think we're human beings and we should really be defined by our values and who we are, not your academic status, not your status in life. But today I just feel like I need to introduce myself as Dr. Tamara Chambers Richards, the academic. What do you think about that, babes?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
You have to root for yourself.
You have to root for yourself. If you don't introduce yourself, if you don't step out as who you are or what you do, then nobody will step out for you. So step out and step up. And don't think that it's pride to let people know that who you are, that you have a PhD, that you have all that education, and what you do to bring value. So don't hide who you are, folks.
Now that you said what you said, let's talk about protocol.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think should have happened differently?
In terms of what? Where I was mistaken?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was obvious.
You think it was a honest oversight?
Whether it was an honest oversight or not, I choose to see it as an honest oversight. You know what? Because I've been in academia for a long time, it's easy for me to differentiate the gowns, right? Part of it too, I think, is because of my physical features, how I look. I guess I do look young. People have been mistaken me as a student for a number of years. But I'm gonna choose Andrew. I'm not going to let anything disturb my peace. I'm not going to put it in my heart.
But it's in your heart.
Well, I was a little disturbed. I'm moving on from that. That's what I'm saying. You live and you learn and you grow. Grow is about moving forward and not staying in that place. Yes,
So,
I really was disturbed about it because I felt like, so you're really not say, me have an gown, one big old gown, where she would say, clearly I'm not a certificate graduate or a diploma graduate. So you must ask me that. But when I reflected on it, Andrew, I thought, it could be a genuine effort and curiosity or to make conversation with me, because not everybody know the meaning of the gowns, and me really look young. On top of that, I'm the only one who look like me in that space. So okay.
So maybe the person just assumed that you're a student participating in the platform party.
Yeah, I can see how easy it is to just assume that I'm a student. It's easier to assume that I'm a graduate than an academic leader, Andrew, which is why I'm taking the opportunity to introduce myself as Dr. Tamara Chambers Richards, academic leader extraordinaire.
You shouldn't be introducing yourself after the fact.
Sometimes, though, you have to let people know who you are. Help them with their assumptions. It's called education. And education creates change in behavior. So rather than stewing, Andrew, and saying, so they not see me are this, they not see me are that, I have a responsibility to say, I am Dr. Tamara Chambers Richards, academic leader extraordinaire. That way, I cannot just guess that you are assuming, because I would have educated you.
I don't know. I just believe if you're in a professional environment, there should be less assumption.
And the thing is, not everybody in the professional environment is a professional.
Make an effort to know.
Yes, babes. Everybody has a responsibility to educate themselves, but educators have a responsibility to lead education. That's why we are educators. So that's what I'm doing today, educating. So nobody should be mistaken. The gown too heavy, I didn't put it on, but maybe we can do a picture of it, of me in the whole get-up, honey, and drop it here. I just feel like I need to introduce myself.
Okay. Dr. Tamara Chambers Richards.
But you don't have to call me Dr. Tamara Chambers Richards, honey. My role is babes.
Say hi, Doc.
No.
Are you going to work today?
No. You know, that's not for you. You need no introduction. You've seen me at every stage, every age, every level, even with a shovel. I was trying to rhyme. But every level with every bevel. Yeah, that's the needle, you know, that's the eye of the phlebotomy needle. It's called a bevel. So you've seen me at every level with a bevel.
What's on the agenda today, Dr. Richards?
See, I laugh after my status. After me just do that the long diatribe there, introduce myself and minimize the status. Well, what's on the agenda today is that I have a couple important meetings, and then I'll be carpooling to an exercise, and I'll be sure to be first to introduce myself as Dr. Tamara Chambers Richards, academic leader extraordinaire, and then I'm going to go on the stage and shake hands of people, and then I'm going to smile and come down off the stage, and then I'm going to come back into town to be wife and mother extraordinaire.
Okay, okay. Tips.
Hmm?
Following up on your conversation that we just had, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of this thing as in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe people are treated the way you allow people to treat you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you coming on and say you're gonna introduce yourself as Dr. Tamara Chambers Richards, you're an academic leader,
Mm-hmm.
and all those stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a way you want to be known. You want to be known as that. I don't think anything is wrong with doing that. But some people might look at it, oh, maybe you're bragging, you're boasting, or you just wanna.
Well, to be honest, Andrew, I used to think that just walking around and telling people that you're doctor this, doctor that, kinda unnecessary. But I don't feel that way anymore. In this instance, like at church, why do you need to call me doctor this or doctor that? In that context,
That's different.
right? But in these contexts,
Settings.
that is my role as an academic leader.
Yeah, so you have to introduce yourself as such.
That's my credentials. My credentials are important in these settings. Not my face, not the way I look, not the way I speak, but what is my qualification? A PhD in epidemiology and years and years and years of experience in post-secondary as well as secondary education. So when you relegate me to a graduate, you're in fact undervaluing my education and my experience.
So you're saying that there needs to be education.
I am absolutely saying there needs to be education and
Orientation.
and it's my responsibility to say who I am.
But why should it be you?
Because, Andrew, as an educator, my responsibility is to dispel ignorance. And ignorance can mean whatever people choose for it to mean. I am not a student. I am not a graduate. I'm on that stage because of my academic qualifications and my role in academia. Nothing else.
Okay, look at it at a different way again.
Okay.
We're from the Caribbean.
Yes.
In this culture, I don't think they value titles as much as we value it where we're from.
Well, I think they value it as much as we do. It's just that it's a more informal kind of culture. Because when people are being hired, they ask for the qualifications.
Okay.
So they value it. But when you
Is it-
think about the Caribbean, Andrew, the Caribbean had slavery and people had to overcome a lot. So when somebody gain a PhD in Jamaica, call them by the entitlement. It's a big deal. Plus our systems are more formal. Our education system is formal. You don't call people by their first names. So you say Miss and Sir to your teacher in the high school system, and in the tertiary system you say Dr. so-and-so or Professor so-and-so, because we're from formal systems. You make me want to talk about the first time I started teaching, and every time the students called me by a first name, it took a minute for it to register that is me they're talking to,
Yeah.
and to answer them, because it's like, ugh,
Because they felt disrespected.
it felt rude,
Yeah.
like, ugh. And now it's like,
But it's culture.
it's nothing, right? They don't mean anything
Right.
by that. But when you're going to ask me if I'm a graduate, after you observe me doing all of that, yeah, that's not culture, my dear. That's need for education.
Okay.
But back to your question, people treat you how you teach them to treat you. And you get treated how you expect to be treated. So if you don't value yourself, others won't value you. You have to step out in confidence, stand up straight, don't lean your head, don't ask permission to be who you are. Don't feel embarrassed. So like me now, why should I feel embarrassed to say I'm Dr. Tamara Chambers Richards, academic leader extraordinaire? No,
Yeah.
that's who I am. That's who I am professionally. I don't need to come home to you and the children and say, I am Dr. Tamara Chambers Richards. I don't need to do that, right? But in the professional world, people need to know. Or they're not valuing the expertise that you bring to the table. And so there's a part of me that's very uncomfortable about this. There's a part of me that's recognizing that it's absolutely necessary to step up and to just inform people.
I'd like to hear the comments of persons on the platform, what they think about this. You know, what are your views?
So what's the question?
What's your position?
Should they take every opportunity to share their academic titles, or like me now, I'm a doctor. Should I walk around telling people that I'm a doctor? Well, in the context of the conversation, is it all right for me to introduce myself as Dr. Tamara Chambers Richards, academic leader extraordinaire?
Live in the context of education. If you're in that environment, that's fine.
Mhm.
You know, I'm going to say hi. I'll pass somebody and say, hi, how are you? What's your name? And then you're going to introduce yourself as that. If the conversation continues and then you start to share more stuff about yourself, then I believe it's okay to do that.
So what you think, Jam family? What do you think about this whole thing? I was mistaken for a student after spending the whole graduation exercise on stage. So we're talking about the need for me to introduce myself as doctor. What are your thoughts on it? Put it in the comments. Let us know what you think. The Jam family, Anja and I want to thank you because our subscription is growing. Thank you for jamming with us on Jamming with the Richards. We have moved to over 170 subscribers and we are very grateful. Continue to jam with us, like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you. If you want more of this content, continue to jam with us. Almost there now, so I have to get into the mode of Dr. Tamara Chambers Richards. Later.